What up, world? It's We're 18 back at it again. Welcome to the episode. Today we're talking about one of the biggest pop culture puzzles of all time. Where's Waldo? A simple man in a striped shirt and a hat who turned hiding into an international phenomenon. Let's talk about how a random picture book turned into a global obsession. Where's Waldo was big for some reason. I really never got the obsession with Where's Waldo. It was a weird time. I don't understand it. It's funny because one year for Halloween, I was actually a black Where's Waldo, which is kind of funny. But I'm going to talk about it, why it became popular, why people loved it. You're watching The Beginning of the Search. Where's Waldo started in 1987, created by British illustrator Martin Handford. He was known for drawing big, crowded scenes filled with tiny details, so he came up with the idea of hiding one character somewhere in the chaos. That character was Waldo, or Wally in the UK, a friendly traveler in red and white stripes, glasses, and a hat. The first book was simple, find Waldo in 12 detailed scenes, but what made it brilliant was how addictive it was. You stare at each page for minutes, sometimes hours, and when you finally spotted him, it felt like winning a tiny victory. So I read several Where's Waldo's books. I don't know why I was fascinated with it, like a lot of kids. I don't know if I was fascinated with it, but it was everywhere, so you couldn't like get around it. So I really don't understand how it became popular. It was like those things that they had in the paper where you have to find the matching. You had like two different scenes, and you have to find the things that's wrong with the other one compared to the two scenes. I think I'm fucking this whole fucking scenario up, but that's how Where's Waldo was, and it became a thing in the late 80s, early 90s, which is crazy to think about right now. The magic formula. Hanford's art was genius. Every scene was alive. There were jokes hidden everywhere. People falling, running, fighting, celebrating. Each page told 100 stories at once. And buried inside that chaos was one man. That's what hooked people. The mix of frustration and satisfaction. You weren't just looking at art, you were interacting with it. In the late 80s, that was rare. No video games, no apps, no social media, just a book and your patience. That simplicity became part of the charm. That was definitely part of the charm. When you found Waldo through all the chaos, it felt like an accomplishment. I guess that's as good as you can get in the late 80s before video games hit hard. Like I said, I actually played those Where's Waldo games, so I was in it for a little while. I didn't get why people were so enamored with it, but I did fall into the trap of doing the looking for Waldo on several occasions. Global expansion. By the early 90s, Where's Waldo went global. Over 70 million copies sold in 30 plus countries. Each one translated the name differently. Wally in the UK, Charlie in France, Holger in Germany, and even Effie in Iceland. But no matter the name, everyone knew that outfit. The red and white stripes became one of the most recognizable looks in pop culture. He wasn't a hero, a fighter, or a cartoon star. He was just a guy traveling through the world, and somehow everyone wanted to find him. I guess that's the genius in this. It was simple. It made people think when they were reading the book. It gave you something to do to pass the time. I guess the simple things sometimes are what makes things big. It was a simple idea, and it became a phenomenon for like at least 10 years. Why people loved it. The secret was accessibility. Anyone could play, kids, adults, families. You didn't need language or instructions. It was visual storytelling at its best. Every page rewarded patience and curiosity, and unlike most books, there was no right way to read it. You could open it anywhere and instantly be part of the game. It gave you something rare. Focus. For a few minutes, the world disappeared, and you were just hunting through art, feeling the rush of discovery. And that was the genius behind this. It wasn't super sophisticated. It was simple. Anybody could get one of those books, no matter what language you read or whatever. You could just pick up the book, and you knew what to do. All you had to do was find Waldo, and that was the game. And the way they hit it made you want to focus more. It made you want to beat your friend and find them on different pages or whatever. Like I said, it was pure genius and simple, but it became so big because you can pretty much read that book anywhere and it'll just pass the time. Waldo everywhere. Once the books blew up, Waldo was everywhere. There was a 90s cartoon, video games, puzzles, posters, lunchboxes, even Halloween costumes. Waldo went from background joke to full-blown franchise. The image of him standing in the crowd waving became pop culture shorthand for hard to find. TV shows and memes still reference it today. It was one of the few brands that didn't need a story or dialogue to go global. Just a guy in stripes and your curiosity. I remember the cartoon. It came on Saturday mornings. I watched several episodes. It wasn't bad, actually, to tell you the truth.
Hit it. Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Did you see him? Where's Waldo?
I remember they had the video games. I never played the video game. But Waldo was huge, and like I said, I even wore a costume one Halloween, and I'm not even a costume guy, but I had the Where's Waldo costume, and he was huge. He was like a big deal for a long time, and like I said, he's still referenced in movies and TV shows and shit like that.
After all, I'm not the first person to deliver tough news, like when they found Waldo. There are many things I can't go into at this time, but I can confirm that the body was removed from Waldo's apartment this morning.
Is this being treated as a suicide?
Again, I can't confirm, but to that point, instead of always asking where's Waldo, maybe some of you should have been asking how's Waldo.
So he's been around for a long time, and I don't think he's going away anytime soon because people still read the Waldo books and shit like that. It was a genius. This guy was a genius to create this, and it still inspires people today. Decades later, Where's Waldo still works. In books, apps, and even real-world events where thousands of people dress up just to be part of the search. In a way, Waldo represents all of us. Just one person trying to stand out in a crowd. That's the beauty of it. Something so special became timeless. All from one idea. Make people look closer. That's gonna do it for the video. Let me know in the comments, did you participate in the Waldo phase? Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You can do it on anybody else's channel and decide to give me a couple minutes of your time. I truly appreciate it. Time is valuable, and I hope I didn't waste yours. That's gonna do it. Have a good one. I'll get at you guys on the next one. You've been watching